The Supreme Court is set to hear oral arguments on Tuesday over President Biden's student loan debt relief plan, which aims to wipe away up to $20,000 of student debt for more than 40 million Americans. The existence of that program now hinges on the High Court. The 9 justices, with a 6-3 conservative majority, will consider 2 cases that challenge Biden's plan, with a decision expected this summer. The case of Biden v. Nebraska was brought by 6 Republican-led states: Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, and South Carolina. They argue that Biden's plan, expected to cost $400 billion, threatens a loss in tax revenue for each state. A lower court had dismissed the lawsuit, ruling that the states didn't have the standing to sue the federal government. But last November, a federal appeals court issued a nationwide injunction, placing a hold on Biden's program. The appeals court said Missouri, one of the 6 states, had the standing to bring the suit on behalf of the Missouri Higher Education Loan Authority, MOHELA, which services federal student loans and funds state scholarships. The ruling found that MOHELA would lose revenue if Biden's program went forward. The second case, Department of Education v. Brown, was filed by the Job Creators Network Foundation on behalf of 2 Texas student loan borrowers who don't completely qualify for debt forgiveness under Biden's plan. The plaintiffs in both cases argue that the Biden administration's Department of Education is overstepping its authority to provide one-time debt relief under a 2003 law. Under the HEROES Act of 2003, the Education Secretary has the ability to modify student loan balances in the instance of a national emergency. The Biden administration says the COVID-19 pandemic qualifies as such an emergency. But the GOP state's lawyers say the administration was using the pandemic as a pretext to mask the president's true goal of fulfilling his campaign promise to erase student loan debt, according to court documents. Meanwhile, the Biden administration has repeatedly said that borrowers are continuing to recover from the pandemic and that providing debt relief under the HEROES Act is lawful. It's the same authority both Biden and then President Donald Trump used to pause student loan payments during the height of the pandemic. Biden extended the pause for a 6th time through the end of June 2023. 45 million Americans owe a collective $1.7 trillion of federal loan debt, Natalia Abrams, president and CEO of the Student Debt Crisis Center, told Yahoo News. The 26 million Americans who applied for the program face uncertainty, along with 16 million who have had their applications approved. In an effort to unpack what all this means for borrowers going forward, Yahoo News spoke with Abrams and Cody Hunanian, executive director of the Student Debt Crisis Center. Some responses have been edited for length and clarity.